Mr. Nolan. This is your place.
This is my gallery.
This is a beautiful, beautiful building. I've been here before. I've never been up here, and now it's a joy to be up here. Have you been up here for a while?
We've been here for a little over 3 years.
3 years.
The building was built in 1910 and is one of the widest and most beautiful buildings uptown, actually.
Magnificent.
The width of it is magnificent. The staircase, spiral staircase, is very special.
We're right off of Fifth Avenue between Fifth and Madison, closer to Madison.
Or as I like to say, half a block from the Metropolitan Museum.
As an art man, I respect that commentary.
Thank you.
We like art. Art is a beautiful thing.
It's not a beautiful thing, it's an essential thing.
Okay.
Without art and creativity, the world would not be a place we would want to live in.
And I agree with you. Actually, every time we touch a pencil or we look in the sky, we're artists in our life.
And anything you read, if you read something that's evocative, that really helps you lead a better life. It makes you more understanding of other people. And art really does raise your consciousness. And if your consciousness is raised, then you're a better person.
So tell me about you. Did you start off with stick drawings at 3 years old?
No, I didn't, although I started to collect art at the age of 15.
Collect art?
Collecting. My pocket money and money I could scrounge off my mother, I used to buy art at 15.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was, do you remember your first piece of art you
Of course
purchased?
I do. It took me months to pay. It was an abstract painter in Ireland, actually, called Seamus Coleman. And the piece of art was an abstract landscape piece, very Rothko-esque.
Well, what would at a 15 years old age possess you to do such a thing?
Insanity, the beginning of insanity. And I had an uncle who was an art collector and spent a lot of time in Paris in the 50s and 60s. So he showed me around, and we discovered very quickly we liked very different things. I liked art that was rigorous and made you think, and he liked lazy art that was just beautiful.
Did you did you go to school for art, or did you?
No, I learned all of
business?
that on the street, and I did do art courses, but basically something I learned by myself. And then I was very friendly with a bunch of artists, and the artists really helped me to look at art and experience it in a very direct, simple way, very straightforward. And I really liked artists, and I liked what they stood for, and I trusted them early on. And I think that's the important part. I trusted what artists were doing, because not everybody trusts what artists are doing. They think they might be taken for a ride or whatever. And I felt artists were the genuine thing and would make a better life for all of us.
What are we standing in front of?
So we're standing in front of a young artist from Baghdad, who had to leave Iraq in 2006 because the family had lots of problems with the government, and so basically they all had to leave Baghdad. And they went to Turkey, and then eventually many of them ended up in America in the last 10 or 12 years. And the colors of these are very beautiful, luscious colors. Landscapes, the orange and the greens come from plants. But then also there's figurative elements, like this is called verdict. This would be probably a judge giving his verdict. And this is a lady perhaps listening to the verdict. And then over there you have, which almost the red is from pomegranates. And there were a lot of pomegranates in where she grew up in her gardens and so on. And it looks like it's a parrot, it looks like it's a bird. So there's lots of natural things, and she's trying to imbue her idea of the past with a lot of joyful, sensuous pleasure and color.
Good for you. And the gallery will continue with what type of art?
We show mostly contemporary European and American art of the last 20 years. The gallery has been in existence for a little over 30 years.
The gallery's 30 years? Did you say 30 years?
And we do a lot of business with museums and private collectors all around the world.
So you were in another location before this?
I was in Soho originally, and then we went from Soho to Chelsea and ended up in the elegant Upper East Side. As I say, half a block from the Met.
There you
so
go.
we could do more business with them.
Now you're talking. Congratulations. What's your website? You have one?
Sure. The website is davidnolangallery.com.
And is it like a private showings? Or is it an
open
open?
to the public.
It's open to
We're
the
open
public.
to the public Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, like most galleries. On the Upper East Side, there are many of the greatest galleries in the world are situated on the Upper East Side. And also there's a lot of very famous, great benefactors and collectors in this neighborhood. Ronald Lauder, who's a Neue Gallery, many people like that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a place to be, and it has been since the 60s.
Well, we love art. Actually, I had the good fortune when I started. I was with CBS for many years, but then I went to Channel 13, and I was asked to run the production oversight of the art and antique auction with Thomas Hogan. And,
really? Very famous man.
This was the Sotheby's guy, gentleman, and this was the house show for Channel 13, PBS, for many years, the one that would bring them money to keep producing content. It was a nice experience. I had come from CBS, and I had said to them, suggested, they did it in a very large facility called Cameramark. I said, you don't need such a large facility to show art on television. Television's a little thing. And so we moved it out of there, and they brought it into the Henry Hudson Hotel, used to be Channel 13. I could see overhead's pretty mucho dinero. Couldn't that kill hurt a business badly?
But as they say, you have to pay to play. So it costs money to invest in good ideas, but you reap the benefits if you do it really well.
The website again is?
davidnolangallery.com.
Good man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.